If you've ever had that brilliant $1 million idea for an app, but then you just hit a wall thinking about how incredibly complex it is to build, well, you're going to want to see this. We're about to dive into how AI is completely rewriting the rulebook for creating apps, turning those flashes of inspiration into actual reality, faster than anyone thought possible. But first, before we get to the shiny new stuff, let's get a quick reality check on the old way of doing things. Take a look at this number. $61 billion. That's the estimated cost every single year just to fix software failures. It's a staggering amount of money that shows just how much friction is baked into the traditional way we build things. And that huge industry-wide number, it trickles all the way down to the individual creator. It really is like this quote says, building a product is no small feat. It's this long, winding journey of planning, coding, testing, and going back to the drawing board over and over again. For founders, for developers, for pretty much anyone with an idea, this whole process has always felt like trying to climb a massive mountain. The amount of time, the deep expertise you need, and the financial risk, they're all huge hurdles just to get your idea out there. Okay, but this is the question that changes the entire game. What if that mountain wasn't so steep anymore? What if you had a collaborator who could do all the heavy lifting, letting you just focus on your big vision? So let's get into this new paradigm. And right away, let's be clear, we are not talking about AI coming in and replacing human creativity. Not at all. We're talking about AI as a powerful co-pilot, a true strategic partner in the whole creative process. And making this distinction is absolutely crucial. The fear is always that AI replaces people. But the reality that's actually unfolding is AI as a partner. It augments our skills. It takes on all the tedious, repetitive work that nobody wants to do, and that, in turn, frees us humans up to innovate and be even more creative. This analogy just nails it. Think about it. Calculators didn't get rid of mathematicians, right? Of course not. They gave them an incredible tool to solve much bigger, more complex problems, way faster. That is exactly what AI is doing for anyone who wants to build software. It's an engine for empowerment. So let's see this in action. How does this AI partner totally transform that very first, and let's be honest, often the hardest step, turning a thought in your head into something you can actually see and touch? The new development cycle is, well, it's almost beautifully simple. It just boils down to these 3 steps. You describe your idea, the AI helps you build it, and then you launch it. The sheer speed you can move through these stages is the real game changer here. Just let that sink in for a second. You can now literally describe what you want in plain English, like you're talking to a colleague. You could say, I need a project management tool with user accounts and a Kanban board, and an AI can process that and generate the entire foundation, the database models, the workflows, the whole shebang. The fear of the blank page is basically gone. And this just illustrates the concept perfectly. You can type a simple prompt like asking for a cake that spells out a name and get back this complex photorealistic image. Well, that exact same principle now applies to code and application architecture. Simple inputs, incredibly sophisticated outputs. Okay, so your idea isn't just an idea anymore, it's a working prototype. So let's look at how AI kicks things into high gear in the next phase, actually building out all the features and making sure nothing breaks along the way. What's really interesting now is this whole ecosystem of specialized tools that's popping up. You've got tools like Lovable that can generate a full-stack web app that's the front and the back end, all from a prompt, or Roark, which focuses on creating native mobile apps. And then for developers, you have AI-powered editors like Cursor that basically act like a genius assistant. There's a copilot for just about any need. For developers, these copilots are a massive force multiplier. They can automate all the tedious grunt work, like writing endless little tests to make sure every piece of code works right. This frees up so much time for developers to focus on the big picture, the complex logic that makes an app truly unique and valuable. And it's not just about writing code, it's about finding the bugs. And this is amazing. AI platforms are now able to analyze videos of real users interacting with your app, and then they automatically give you feedback, highlighting problems that a developer staring at lines of code might never, ever see. So, the app is built, it's been tested, and it feels solid. Now it's time for the moment of truth, launching it out into the world. Let's see how AI can help make sure your product actually lands successfully. A successful launch is way more than just hitting a big publish button. AI is now getting involved in every single piece of that puzzle. We're talking about generating support docs, creating personalized onboarding for new users, running all kinds of experiments, and even predicting which users might be about to leave your service. And this might be the most crucial point of all. Product decisions are fundamentally shifting. They're no longer just based on some gut feeling in a boardroom. With AI-enhanced testing, you can validate every new feature against real user behavior and make decisions based on hard data about what actually works. So, we've seen how AI is acting as our co-pilot today, making everything faster and smarter. But the next big leap is already on the horizon. We're moving beyond simple assistance and into a world of full autonomy. This prediction is a powerful one. It suggests a future where our digital lives aren't just built with AI, but they're actively managed and driven by it in real time.
So what even is an AI agent? Well, think of it like an autonomous member of your team. It's a system you can give a high-level goal to, like increase user retention, and it can then figure out, plan, and execute all the complex steps needed to achieve that goal, all on its own.
And this is where it gets really transformative. You could have a whole team of these specialized agents working together. One agent scans all the user feedback to find problems. Another one prototypes solutions to those problems. A third one tests everything, and a final one prepares all the launch materials. The entire product lifecycle, but accelerated beyond belief. And this all brings us right back to our core message. This technology is not about replacement. It's about empowerment. The future isn't going to be AI versus humans. It's going to be the AI-powered humans versus, well, everyone else. The people and teams who learn to use these tools are going to build and innovate at a speed that was just unimaginable before. So that leaves us with this final, really exciting thought. For decades, our ambitions have been held back by the technical difficulty of the how. How do we actually build this thing? As AI takes care of more and more of the how, the real question becomes, what new, bolder ideas will we finally be free to create? What comes next?